watching with great interest.
Yeah, it's very, it's a messy story, isn't it? And it's getting an awful lot of media attention. I think we can actually bring in a guest now, if we can. Guys and Geller, have we got a guest on the line now? Let's see if we can make a connection with Ben Harris Quinney. He's the chair of the Bow Group think tank. If you can hear me okay, first of all, Ben.
I can hear you, yes.
Lovely, nice to speak to you. I just want to ask you, why do you think US intelligence teams, I'm thinking particularly of James Clapper here, waited, only publicly distancing himself from these unverified documents after this entire media debacle? CNN, BuzzFeed published them, talked about them, all kinds of allegations, and then James Clapper comes out and says, well, do you know, there's nothing verifiable here.
Well, that actually makes sense to me, in the sense that the CIA would and US intelligence would not comment on rumour. Once the allegations were published, and this became a big story, it became necessary for US intelligence officials to give their view on the issue. I think it's exactly the same in the United Kingdom or in any other country. There would be no merit in intelligence agencies commenting on rumours that are being passed via back channels that are not verified and that have no basis in intelligence gathering fact.
Is this just the public side of things, though? Because it seems like that message wasn't put across to Donald Trump at the time. I mean, it's been reported that he was briefed on this by the intelligence services. And Donald Trump later came out and said, well, after this furor, James Clapper phoned him to say, you know, I don't believe in this report and it wasn't leaked by us. So it gives the impression that actually he wasn't getting much clarification at the time when the information was passed across.
Well, I've seen a number of intelligence reports in my time, and this report is very unusual in a number of ways. First and foremost, its focus. It is an unfocused report which skips between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, but focuses more on Trump. The immediate question I would ask is, what question is this intelligence report trying to answer? The second point I would make is that it's certainly not an intelligence report that would reach administration or ministerial level, because it doesn't provide a variety of sources. It is unverified, and it's not something that I think would be delivered to the president for a briefing in its entirety. I would be very surprised if a report this flimsy would be wasting the time of a president-elect.
It's interesting, the relationship now between the intelligence community and Donald Trump, because he's expressed his kind of interest in cutting down on the number of resources, the amount of money pumped into intelligence. Do you think this is going to be a pretty prickly relationship now between him and the agencies?
Well, it depends what you think intelligence is. The great advantage, I suppose, the United States have is that they have a very large number of intelligence agencies, and what I think you might see perhaps is other agencies like Homeland Security, like ICE, like possibly the NSA having more responsibility than they have in the past, and the CIA and FBI perhaps having less responsibility than they have in the past. And whilst Donald Trump has talked about his concerns with regards to the CIA, he has also said that he intends to increase military spending. So I think spending less or placing less emphasis on one agency is not necessarily reducing spending or reducing investment in intelligence as a whole.
The news that just broken in the last hour, the Department of Justice has announced that it's going to review allegations of misconduct in the way the FBI investigated Hillary Clinton's email scandal. I think in particular they're alluding to the way that James Comey said the probe was being reopened just ahead of polling day, which some people think had some kind of impact. What do you expect to come out of this investigation?
Well, I think we all find government inquiries to be rather pointless, because they very rarely actually get to the truth, and very few people in senior positions are held to account on this issue.